A Dunfermline man accused of rape has denied subjecting 4 women to mental, physical and sexual abuse over a 16-year period. Mark Wallace, giving evidence in his own defense at the High Court in Livingston on Friday, told a jury he had no idea why any of his former girlfriends had made the domestic abuse allegations when they testified against him. Asked directly if he had raped anyone, he replied, "Never. I know how horrible that would be. I'd never ever do that to a person." 4 of the charges against the 38-year-old delivery driver were reduced in seriousness after the Crown formally closed its case. Advocate Depute Peter Carney withdrew allegations that violent assaults on each of the women had been to the danger of their lives. Wallace of Urquhart Crescent, Dunfermline, remains accused of a simple assault on one of the complainers and assaulting each of the 4 women to their injury. He is also still charged with 5 counts of raping or sexually assaulting the women while he was in relationships with them. He faces a further 2 accusations of breaching the peace by uttering threats against one of his alleged victims and maliciously damaging her car by puncturing a tire. The Crown claims the offences were committed at addresses in Dunfermline, Glasgow, Blantyre and Stenhousemuir between July 1999 and December 2015. Wallace denies all the charges and claims any sexual activity was consensual. He told the jury that the complainers' claims that he beat them on a regular basis and subjected them to unwanted sex acts were untrue. He agreed with his defense counsel Baird Kerrigan that the allegations made against him were clearly serious. Mr. Kerrigan asked him why he thought the women had made all the allegations about him. Wallace said, "Honestly, I've no idea." He claimed one of the complainers he was accused of raping in the kitchen of her cafe in Glasgow while customers were on the premises had been controlling of him. He said, "I told her how disappointed I was I didn't spend as much time with my dad and my brother because she wouldn't let me go over to see them. It was quite evident that her controlling nature wasn't going to stop. It was never going to change. I couldn't put up with it anymore, so I left." He told the jury his father had died of cancer in September 2003 after being diagnosed with 9 months to live. Not long after his twin brother Craig died in a car crash. He said the deaths had affected him badly but claimed the emotional turmoil did not make him angry or cause him to be violent. He said, "I shut myself in. I didn't want to talk to anybody about it. The drink was a way of helping to deal with it in some way." He denied telling the complainer's gay brother, "I hope you die of AIDS," adding that he recognized the remark would be offensive and devastating. He also denied alienating another complainer from her friends and telling her she was adopted because she didn't look like any other member of her family. He said he didn't have a short fuse temper as 2 of the witnesses claimed and denied grabbing 2 of them by the throat and choking them. He claimed nothing he ever did to the women sexually had been against their will. In reply to an allegation by one of the women that he threw one of her dogs across the room, he said, "No. I'd never do that to an animal. I've always had dogs around me the whole of my life." Asked if he had ever threatened to kill her dogs, he said, "No, never." He also denied writing the words "cow," "slag," and "whore" on the wall of one of his alleged victims' home and insisted he hadn't ripped up her clothes and destroyed her bed with scissors. He also refuted claims that he was jealous and possessive, and that he routinely checked the mileage on one partner's car and phoned another every lunchtime to check she was not cheating on him at her work. Mr. Kerrigan said to him, "You know that even as amended you're facing 12 charges and each of the complainers has indicated that you are behaving inappropriately towards them." He added, "It may be suggested that the reasons they're doing this is the things that they said happened did in fact happen. What do you say to that?" He replied, "No." The trial, before Lord Burns, continued.